Hey y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I'm just now tweeting this out. This was a very I literally just said I'm gonna go do my husband's cooking dinner. Not gonna be on long. Just wanted to give you guys updates on the rally and how things are going. So hold on, I'm trying to tweet. I'm trying to tweet. Sorry guys. This was seriously a very last minute decision. I was supposed to be on with Steph on the Jimmy Dore show, and they had some internet issues, and so I decided to just jump on because we do have a couple things going on that I need your help with this weekend. So I thought I would just jump on. Hey, Mad Mom. I thought I would just jump on really quick, give you guys updates on the rally, and then we can talk about the stuff that we have going on that I need help with. So this is going to be a little disjointed and discombobulated because I did not plan this at all. I'm not even going to bother with numbers because it would require me pulling them up and reading them off my phone. I hate doing that. It's very ridiculous. And my husband is literally cooking dinner right now, so I don't have a lot of time. But we do have some things that I need your help with. I'm trying to pull it up now. Tomorrow, we are doing, let me find it. We are doing a tweet storm. Okay, I found it. We are doing a tweet storm tomorrow in order to raise awareness and what the F is happening. In order to raise awareness about the rally that we're having on Saturday, October 8th in Washington, D.C. So we are going to, hey, Lady Alex, we're going to tweet storm the shit out of it tomorrow because, so I just put a link to my tweet thread in the chat. Go to that. There's links or there's graphics there of all of the speakers. You can share out those, pick your favorites or whatever, and share those out. There's just like the event graphics. You can share those out. There's the GoFundMe. You can share that out. I'll drop the GoFundMe link again in the chat as well. We're still trying to raise money. If you guys have a couple extra bucks you can spare, that would be great. If not, sharing it is also very helpful. We are trying to, luckily, good news. Assange Defense has agreed to pay for the sound system. So thank you to Nathan at Assange Defense for doing that for us. That's very, very helpful. That takes a lot of stress off of me and our fundraising. I'm dropping the GoFundMe in the chat as well. So hey, Voltaire. Sorry, I'm a little flustered. So if you have a couple bucks to spare and you can throw us, a few dollars here or there, or share the link out or whatever, there's still a lot of things I would like to do. We want to have like a comfort station. My friend Suzanne is going to help us put that together. Daniel's going to help by getting the water and stuff like that. But we want to have like water. It's a longer event and it's around lunchtime. So we would like people to be comfortable. We want them to stay for the whole event. So we figure if we have some snacks and some water and things like that, it'll be more likely that people will hang out for the entire event. So it is a 3-hour event. Most likely we're going to go over. We have, you guys, it's an embarrassment of riches. Holy shit. Our speaker list, like the more I look at it, it's insane. I can't believe that this is an event that I am taking part in and organizing because it's ridiculous. Let's go through them real quick, just in case that you guys have missed it. Let me pull this up. Share. It's insane, you guys. I can't believe this is a thing that's happening. Okay. I hope that came up. Did it? Nope. I hate it when it does that. Okay, here we go. So we have Steven Donziger. Everybody knows, activist, writer, public speaker, won against Chevron, just general badass. He's going to be there. Reverend Annie Chambers, another just general badass. She's a Black Panther, lifelong civil rights activist. And when I say lifelong, I mean like she came out of the womb and was in the streets, basically. Like she's been at this game for a very long time. I've interviewed her, but never met her in person. And I am thrilled to meet her in person. And also, obviously, Ian Schlachman is coming. She's kind of his mentor. And I love Ian Schlachman, so he's going to be coming, and it'll be good to see him again. We have Ben Cohen, who's the co-founder of Ben & Jerry's. Ben has also been gracious enough to, he's matching all donations to Randy Credico's effort on the billboard truck that's been going on for, like, I think they're entering into their ninth week on that. So Randy's been down there. He did hurt his leg, so he had to come back to New York to get his leg checked out. So I do just want to mention, though, if you are in DC, or if you are in the DC area, or if you can get to DC in the week that we now have leading up to the event, and you can get out there and help Randy and James Flyer. They like to, they take the truck, they go somewhere, they hang out, James parks the truck in a very visible area, and then Randy hands out flyers to people who are passing by. If you are able to help them in that effort, please let me know, and I will connect you with the two of them. And another huge shout out to Afeni. I put the call out on Twitter a couple days ago, and she DM'd me and was like, hey, I can totally go help out. And she went and met Randy and helped pass out flyers. And thank you. That is amazing that she was willing to do that. So Ben Cohen, if you guys can donate to the billboard truck, I think it's Assange, or maybe Assange Countdown to Defense.com. Randy is running that effort. It's also on his Twitter. If you go to, I think it's @CredicoRandy. If you can donate to that, or our GoFundMe, both of those things are very helpful. Okay, we have Chip Gibbons, who's awesome, lifelong activist. He's been in the Assange game for a very long time. He knows what he's talking about. He's a journalist. He's a policy director for Defending Rights and Dissent. He's hosted a couple different shows. So he's going to be there. Let's see. Then we have, obviously, Chris Hedges, who was on the Jimmy Dore show. I'm actually a little relieved that they had problems, because I didn't know that he was going to be on. And I'm like, holy shit, I have to follow Chris Hedges? Like, what the shit? So I was a little nervous. But yeah, Chris Hedges is going to be there. He's obviously Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, author, activist, another just general badass. I'm very, very, very excited to have him there. Dan Cohen, who is a phenomenal independent journalist. He also made Killing Gaza with Max Blumenthal. If you haven't seen that, you should. And he also has a new documentary coming out very, very soon about Haiti. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to be amazing. Dave Decamp, friend of mine. He works for antiwar.com. He's another amazing independent journalist. He just started a new show relatively recently, maybe about a month ago, called Anti-War News, and you should definitely be checking that out. It's great. Eliza Blue, who is currently kind of single-handedly taking down Twitter. If you guys have been paying attention, Twitter's been losing a lot of advertisers, people who advertise on on the tweet threads when you get your promoted ads or whatever. A lot of people are backing away from that, and that's in large part due to Eliza. She has been relentless on the child porn problem on Twitter, and that's why those people are backing away. So she's like, I mean, she goes straight at the UN and the CIA and all of that stuff about their human trafficking stuff. So I'm very, very, very excited that she's going to be there. She is one of my favorite people. And then we have, I'm going to say this wrong. We even talked about this last night at the meeting. Esther Aviram. Shit, I can't remember. I'm so bad at name pronunciation. And even if you tell me how to say it, I will probably get it wrong at least 200 times before I finally get it right. But she's an author, an artist, a journalist, kind of a jack of all trades. So she's going to be there. Garland Nixon, you guys probably are familiar with him, radio talk show host, political analyst, and master of Zen. I still need him to teach me his ways because I don't have any Zen. We have James Bovard, who is a libertarian author, political commentator. He's a friend of Scott Horton's. And if you're a friend of Scott Horton's, you're okay in my book. I love Scott Horton. Jill Stein, I'm sure she needs no introduction. She's, the reason why everything's screwed up, right? Like everything's her fault. I'm sure you guys know who she is. Anyways, just kidding. She's a physician activist, former Green Party candidate for president. She's going to be there as well. We have Joe Loria, who is editor-in-chief for Consortium News. If you're not following and supporting Consortium News, please do. They're amazing. Very pumped to have him. I think they're also going to stream the event as well. Multiple people will be streaming. Roar Media is helping us out with that. Obviously, I'll be streaming it on this channel, on our Rockfin channel, all of that stuff. Roar's they have like 16 different places they stream out to. Consortium News is streaming. There's a bunch of different people. Franco's coming, I think. He's probably going to stream it. So if you can't make it, there will be plenty of opportunities and ways for you to catch up on all of this amazing speeches. John Kiriakou, author, journalist, and CIA whistleblower. Super pumped to have him there. Obviously, he is one of the leading voices in terms of political prisoners and whistleblowers and all of that stuff, and a huge voice for Assange. So I'm very excited that he's going to be there. John Stasevich, I'm sorry, Suzanne. I told you I'm terrible at this. She just told me how to say it for sure last night. He's an unaffiliated independent candidate for president in 2024. I've never met him or interviewed. I know he's been on RBN. I've never met him or interviewed him or anything like that. And I mean, he's a candidate. You guys know I don't do electoral politics, but he supports Assange. So you guys know how I feel. If you support Assange, you're welcome there. So Kevin Gosztola, I mean, he's the premier journalist on all things Assange and whistleblowers in general. He was kind of on the front lines of the Chelsea Manning case as well, the Reality Winner case. He kind of follows a lot of those whistleblower cases and the political prisoner cases. So he's also the managing editor of Shadowproof, another great independent outlet that you should be supporting. And he curates The Dissenter, which focuses more heavily on whistleblower stuff. So super pumped to have him there as well. We have Marsha Coleman Adebayo. I think it's Adebayo, pretty sure. She was a former senior policy analyst and whistleblower for the EPA. Obviously, having whistleblowers there is a fantastic thing. Randy, obviously, my guy Randy's going to be there. He is a hilarious comedian, radio show host. He's been hosting Assange Countdown to Freedom for just over 5 years. I think in April it was 5 years. So it's an amazing show. He's interviewed just about everybody that knows anything about Assange. So I'm very excited that he's going to be there. I think he may also help us MC a little bit. Sabi, I don't think we need to talk about Sabi. Everybody knows who Sabi is, right? Host of Sabi Sab's podcast. She's also a member of Revolutionary Blackout Network. She hit me up in the DMs and was like, hey, I think my husband and I might be able to make it work so we can come. And as soon as she said that, I was like, ding. And so I went to the organizing group and I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about my girl Sabi Sabs? We could have her as a speaker. And they all immediately agreed. So we're pumped to have her there as well. And then Scott Ritter, former United States Marine Corps intelligence officer and UN weapons inspector. So another good get. I cannot believe all these speakers, you guys. It's amazing. It's crazy good. So I'm very excited. It's going to be, yes, Boy George voiced his support for Assange today. I don't know if it was one of my buttons, but I'm going to pretend like it was. You guys know I like to invent my own wins. And so I'm going to pretend like it was a button that I personally made with my bare hands. I'm going to be making a shit ton of buttons. Oh, God damn it. Here, I'll show you. I have... You guys know how much I love my buttons, right? Like, it's just the best thing ever is just to sit and make. Oh, here's the Boy George thing. I'll pull that up really quick. Making buttons is the bane of my existence. It's terrible. Hate it. There's Boy George. Oh, I think it's a sticker. And that's definitely a bean image. But I'm still going to pretend in my head that that's something that I made. I can't because I think it's pretty much a sticker. But Boy George voicing support is obviously fantastic. We welcome that. Where's my button picture? What the shit just happened? What just happened? Oh, come on. Anyway, I just got totally screwed up myself here. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to be making a ton of buttons. If you are good at graphic design and you want to make me some button designs, I think oh, there it is. Oh, God, this is going to suck, you guys. So those 4 boxes right there, that's all button supplies. I think there's 200. There's enough to make 200 in each box. So that's a lot of fucking buttons. It's like $200 worth of button supplies right there. And that's what I'm going to be doing most of the weekend. And probably most of next week when I have the tiny amount of free time I'm going to have. This week's going to be crazy busy. So yeah, it's not a fun craft time, Reef. My hands always hurt. I always get like this really weird, like callus thing on like the heel of my hand because that's where you push the thing down. Yeah, it sucks. It's not a lot of fun. Like the first 20, it's like kind of like the novelty wears off really quickly. But yeah, Crab, make me some graphics for some buttons. I think the button or the thingy that I have is like the 2 1/4 inch button thing. So if you can make them appropriate for that, that would be helpful. I would love like a hands off Assange, obviously, because that's sort of our theme. So if anybody can make me a hands off Assange kind of a graphic for buttons, that would be good. Yeah, I would just love to have some fresh designs. We kind of always use the same designs over and over again. So I would love to have some fresh ones, mostly because I want some new ones. And I'm selfish. And they're nowhere near as good as t-shirts. I love shirts. I did not get it. I was going to order shirts for this event too, but we just didn't have the funding for it. We just don't have the fundraising for it this time around. Which I get. Like, I mean, everybody's having a difficult time financially right now. So I'm going to once again drop the GoFundMe link because I can't remember if I did it. There we go. Template. I don't really have a template. When I make them, I use Avery. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the brand Avery. They make a bunch of like print your own stuff. And so I just go to their, I might have the thingy. Maybe not. They have like if you just go to like round labels or whatever, they have a 2 1/4 inch design, and then you can just, that's how I always make it. But I don't know, files and cakes for us. I would really like to Hulk smash some prison walls, frankly. I would really like to Hulk smash some prison walls. Okay, so what am I forgetting? Went through speakers. So we had a meeting last night. We finalized the order of speakers, I think, unless there's any of our speakers that pop up and say, hey, that I have to be earlier, I need to go later or whatever. We have something really cool planned for the top of the march, which I don't think we've really talked about publicly, so I'll keep that quiet. What am I forgetting? We're doing the comfort station. We're going to have like a press area, a media area. We're also going to have, because we have so many speakers, we obviously have to limit their speaking time on stage or at the podium. We don't really have a stage. We hadn't raised enough money for that. Renting risers, and then we would also have to make sure it's wheelchair accessible. Reverend Annie Chambers is in a wheelchair, so we would have, I mean, it was like a whole ordeal. So I don't think we're doing risers, but we are going to, our sound guy, the guy that is doing our sound system, he is bringing a podium for us. So we're going to have that, and we'll be able to decorate that. But because we have to limit our speakers to like maybe 3 minutes or so, 3 to 5 minutes, maybe tops, we are going to have somebody on site off to the side with like a backdrop, and that person will be doing interviews with each of our speakers. So they'll have an opportunity to, following their speech, also go and give an interview on camera, and then we can use those interviews to make post-event videos and other promotional stuff and all of that. So we'll be able to use that moving forward as well. So that's super exciting. I'm very pumped about that. Mad Mom, I don't even know how to make people wrenches. Sleepy Josh always does that shit. I don't know how to do that. If I knew how, I would make you one. You obviously should have one. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff. Let me pull up the notes because that will help me, because we just had a meeting last night. Let's see. Is this right? Yes. Here we go. Okay. Oh, come on. My computer's being so lame. Come on, please. Please. Oh, okay. So last night we worked on just making sure that we have a lot to set up. If you're coming to the event and you can show up a little bit early, we may need few extra hands just to get everything set up. Paula has this fantastic backdrop that she's going to be making. That's going to take a lot of time and setup. We have a bunch of tables that we need to set up for handouts and the buttons, and I got wristbands, bracelets, whatever you want to call them, made. So we'll have that to hand out. We'll have the comfort station. We also need to have the little press area for interviews to be set up. We have a lot to do. So if anybody is coming and you can make it a little bit early, I can put you to work. Happy to do it. We're also trying to get a video campaign going. It's slow moving. We started it late, and it's our fault. Maybe it might be overly ambitious. I think we're still going to try to do it. It may not be ready for this event, but I think it's still a good idea. We're going to try to get the idea behind it is to get people who couldn't make it. People like Jimmy Dore, people like Glenn Greenwald, who was obviously in Brazil. His husband's very sick. He can't make it. We wanted to get those people to make short videos expressing their support for Julian Assange. And then we could push those out as a social media campaign, both individually, and then also we can make compilation pieces. So I'm hoping that will start to come together. We'll see. It has been a little bit slow going. I think Tara Reid has made one for us already. I know Scott Horton's got plans to make one. Spike Cohen said he would make one. So hopefully we'll be able to get that together. Let's see. Weather is so far looking okay. I've been checking on it. Obviously, we're still a little more than a week out, but when I checked it yesterday, it was supposed to be like 60s and partly cloudy. I'll check it again because I'm so paranoid about the weather. The weather is always something that I freak out about a little bit because having a rally in the rain is not fun. So it looks like right now, yeah, about 59 degrees, and now not partly cloudy, sunny. I'll take it. So weather looks okay so far. We have contact people in terms of press. If any media is there, you can speak to myself or Suzanne. We wanted to have just like 2 contact people. Obviously, you can talk to whoever you want. But those are like the point people, so that we can kind of direct you to if you need time with one of our speakers, or if you want to speak to one of us, that's fine. We're happy to make that happen. Nathan Fuller from Assange Defense is kind of our national point person. He's very good at like the like executive, like the business-y kind of side of activism. I'm a street activist. I can do stuff like that if I have to. I mean, I can put on my professional face and do those things and it's fine. But he's very good at it. And I'm more of a street person. I like getting my hands dirty, getting in the ground, like on the ground, feet on the ground. Like that's my jam. So he's going to be our national point person. He put together a fantastic press release for us. So we're going to start pushing that out, hoping that we can. The only thing that we're worried about in terms of press, and this goes for not just mainstream, which rarely covers us anyways, but we would welcome them. But even our independent, like our friends, like Ford Fisher, for example, the Women's March is happening the same weekend. So that's going to obviously pull attention away from our rally, which makes me bitter and angry. Just because it's already hard to get attention on Assange stuff, and that's just going to be another hurdle that we have to try to overcome. So Consortium News is obviously going to be there on the ground. We have journalists who will be there, who are speakers, who will obviously, I think, cover it post-event. I'm sure Dave Decamp will write something up. Kevin Gostola will almost certainly write something up. Real News reached out to us, and they may be, I don't know if they're sending somebody to cover us or if they want to just kind of snatch some of our footage and then do a segment on it. Either way is fine. Don't care as long as we get that kind of attention. Roar Media is going to be there, like I mentioned. We're going to have it streamed out to a lot of different locations, but we would like to get a lot more of a media presence there if we can. Going to be hard with the Women's March happening basically at the same time, but we're going to do what we can. Yeah, we did the order of speakers. I think we've got that pretty much locked in. We do have a couple of bigger names who are still potentially going to be able to make it. And we'll make room for them if we have to. Again, we have a lot of speakers. It's going to be wall-to-wall action. There's, just a constant stream of amazing speakers. Getting all these people together in one place at one time is kind of mind-blowing. So let's see. We'll obviously have like a sign up sheet where people can leave their emails. That way we can, especially the newly formed DC group, they will be able to use that information to like kind of recruit for their other local actions that they're doing. And also, I think Assange Defense will probably snatch that up so they can use it for their national email list and all of that stuff. So that'll be fun. That'll be good to get some more people interested in getting active. That's really about it, I think. So, yeah, it's going to be an amazing event. I hope some of you can make it. I don't know what the Women's March is. I don't know. Probably a lot of row, I would say. That's my guess. There'll be a lot of row protesting. I don't know what the Women's March is doing. I mean, listen, whatever. I'm just bitter. I'm angry. I'm not angry, but I'm just annoyed because it's already such a struggle to get press attention, and then that's just going to make it even that much harder. But that's okay. We'll make do with what we have. We always do. So we'll work it out however we need to work it out. And then again, tweet storm tomorrow. Please help us. Please help us with the tweet storm tomorrow. Again, getting attention on any of this stuff through any of the ways that we get, it's hard. Like all of my Assange stuff is pretty heavily shadow banned on Twitter. It's difficult. So the more people we have pushing it out, the more likely it is to get attention. Come on, quit being stupid. Seriously. My computer's being so stupid. So I'm going to post the link to the tweet storm, my thread that I have about the tweet storm. There's graphics there that you can tweet out. You please use the hashtags, #HandsOffAssange and #SurroundDOJ. We're using the Surround DOJ as kind of a sign of solidarity for the London event because they are going to attempt to surround Parliament. So that's kind of the way that we're making that tie-in because this is it's like a global action. These are all like kind of satellite protests that are happening in solidarity with the London action. So use #HandsOffAssange, #SurroundDOJ. And if you cannot make it to DC and you want to find another event, Candles for Assange, @Candles, 4 Assange. Alex Hills runs that page. She collects all of the global protests and then tweets them out from one space. So you can go, and she's got a running thread that has listed all of the events that are taking place. There's one in Denver. Our dear friend Kendra is running the one in Denver, and my friend Kyle Anslone is their keynote speaker. So that's going to be a fantastic event. I think there's one in Tulsa. There's one in, I think, Toronto. They're happening all over the place. So go to Candles for Assange. If you can't make it to DC, find another event maybe that's near you. And if there isn't an event near you, be an event near you. I say it all the time. All it takes is a Sharpie, a poster board, and a sidewalk, and it is an instant protest. So yes, Tulsa. Tulsa always does stuff. So if there's ever anything happening, Tulsa's got something going on. So yeah, if you're near Tulsa, definitely get in touch with that crew. You can, Halo Benson is probably the best point person, I would say, on Twitter. So I feel like I'm forgetting something. Maybe not. I don't know. I think that's about it. I've been trying to keep you guys as updated as I can. But I'm very busy. This is a lot. There's a lot that's going into it. It's really time consuming and expensive, unfortunately. So I will try my best to continue to keep you updated. Obviously, following me on Twitter is probably the best way because that's like the easiest thing is for me to tweet out any updates that I have. But I will also try to I'll keep trying to pop on quick live streams if anything major comes up. We will be live streaming the event on Saturday. So you can, once we get that link set up and everything, I'll make sure you guys have that so you can set your reminders or whatever it is that you do. Pretty sure Roar Media is going to try to do like an all-day extravaganza and try to pull footage from each of the global protests and kind of show those as they're kind of happening and all of that stuff. So shout out to Roar Media for being our kind of saving grace on that because Thank you. Dinner's ready. Because they've kind of taken the lead on all of the streaming stuff. So, what are you doing? Oh, GB, come on. Sorry, Kat was just outside. She's weird. Okay. I think that's all I have. I will try to pop back on early next week, and then maybe once again late next week to give some updates. And again, Monday I'll be on with Steph. And I when I talked to Steph, she said Jimmy's also gonna hang out for that interview as well. So it'll be with Jimmy and Steph. So which is awesome. It's always good to talk to JD. He's always been incredibly supportive of our work as Action for Assange, and just Assange in general. So it's always good to talk to him. And yes, make a hands off. And I would also, if you're going to do something like that, I'm happy to help you. I am incredibly busy. But I will try my best to help you with whatever you need. But yes, make a poster board, hands off Assange, and then I would also have handouts available if you are able to do that. We just get like the little quarter pages or whatever. You can add like a QR code to the Assange Defense website, which has a ton of information. But yeah, and you can also, you can put up flyers in your neighborhood. That's a really quick and easy way. Just go and like staple them to telephone poles or whatever. There's lots of things that you can do. Yes. Busy street corner, poster board, Sharpie, sidewalk, done. Instant protest. But always having some handouts if you can is always helpful, so you can give people some information. Oh, you're in Ohio. If you can come to DC, I think Andrew's in your area. He's coming too. So I think he's driving down Friday night. I'm driving down Friday night. I'm going to go to the gym Friday morning, come home, take a shower, and leave. Okay. I think that's it. So I just want to jump on, do a quick live stream, give you guys some updates, and mostly the tweet storm. Tomorrow, all day long, just tweet it out relentlessly. You can just make your own original tweets. You can retweet my tweets. You can tweet at celebrities or blue checks or people with large platforms, whatever you can do. If you just go and like take our flyer and pop it into like the comment sections of random tweets, whatever you can do. We just need to kind of saturate Twitter as much as humanly possible with the information about the event. That's how we get the word out in some ways. And also, again, if you're in DC or in the area of DC, I love you too, Glory Jones. If you're in the DC area and you can get out to help Randy Flyer, please do that. He cannot do it all on his own. It's just him and James, and they're trying to hand out flyers and do the billboard truck and all of that stuff. And that would be super helpful to have more feet on the ground handing out flyers in the local area. So if you can make that happen, again, thank you, Afeni, for getting out there. If you can make that happen, that would be helpful. And we're not protesting in front of the CIA building because the charges come from the Department of Justice. So that made the most sense optically. I understand your point that the CIA is really the problem. But in terms of optics, it made more sense to be. Plus, we've protested at the Department of Justice so many times that that's like a very comfortable lay of the land. We know what we're doing. We know exactly where to set up, all of that stuff. It's just very easy. And this was kind of a last minute thing. Just makes it easier. And yes, there's only one decision. No extradition. Okay, Twitter storm tomorrow, bright and early. As soon as you wake up, start tweeting. Tweet like crazy. Tweet like Misty. tweet all the time. Craziness. One day, it's all I'm asking you for is just one day. Just tweet like your life depends on it, or like Julian's life depends on it, because it kind of does. We just need help getting the information out, and that's one way that you can help us. And that would be great. So, okay, one more time, I'll drop the GoFundMe, and I'll drop the tweet storm link. So you guys have that readily available. And then I'll get out of your hair, and I'm going to go eat my dinner. And I love you guys, and thank you for all of your support. We could not make this happen if it weren't for all of you guys. You know that. I couldn't do it if I didn't have you guys backing me up and supporting us and defending me. I see you guys out there defending me when I'm getting shit on, and I love you for it. So yeah, tweet storm tomorrow. Everybody have a good night, have a good weekend, all that good stuff. And then I will be back next week to update you some more. And Monday Monday on the Jimmy Dore Show. Not sure what time for sure yet, but stay tuned. Monday, I will be on the Jimmy Dore Show to talk about this event. It's going to be fantastic, and I will talk to you guys soon. Love you, love you, love you.